Hey, it's Brian Mudd. This is my cheat sheet for, what's today, Wednesday. It's January 23rd, and I've got some really positive news on the economy. And I know that might seem like something that sounds odd coming from me because I am very concerned with a lot of the outstanding issues, including debt. But that doesn't mean that in the here and now there isn't better news on the economy. One of the things I haven't been able to do in a while is really study it and be able to economically model based upon information that I deem to be valuable what's really going on in the economy. A lot of that was due to the whole political malaise, but also the whole fiscal cliff situation. There are too many possible outcomes for the new year for me to really spend a lot of time trying to figure out what was going to happen. I do have some better news right now, though, and that is with a near certainty, I can tell you that the economy is growing at about 2.5%. I am greater than 90% confident in the outcome of my model yesterday. And the exact number I came to was 2.52% right now, real-time growth in the U.S. economy. And the only question to that number is what percentage of the overall U.S. economy we as consumers will make up. The average is about 70%, but we've been as high as 90% in the past year. So depending upon how much of the U.S. economy we represent, then that will affect the overall growth rate. By the way, the more of the economy we represent right now, the better that growth number will be. But at a minimum, here's the takeaway. The economy right now is growing at 2.5%, and there is, if anything, a little bit of upside to that number short term. No recession. I see no path towards recession, even with what's going on in Washington right now in the first half of 2013. All right, so yesterday, the existing home sales number, there was something that came out that was misreported, as so often is the case, that you should really use as another reason to understand that the housing recovery is as strong as we could possibly want it to be. There was an existing home sales number that was reported yesterday nationally. It actually showed what was reported as a surprising drop of 1% in December. I mean, what gives? We're supposed to be in this housing recovery, right? Well, the reason was, the reason we had a 1% drop in December of existing home sales, we had the lowest amount of inventory to sell in 12 years. In other words, the market is demanding more inventory, and if it had it, it would have sold. And in Palm Beach County, we continue to be under 5 months worth of inventory. On the Treasure Coast, it's about 5.5 months worth of inventory, meaning it's a net seller's market. The national housing market right now, and it's hard to believe given the glut of inventory for all those years, is actually demanding more inventory being brought into it, which also means that a lot of the foreclosures that are in the pipeline by the banks are going to continue to rush those out into the marketplace. But don't let the numbers fool you. The housing recovery is so strong that it needs more inventory to meet with demand right now. Okay, a couple things real quick. There's something that's playing out in Greece that really I'm going to keep an eye on. It's chilling. There is an economist, two of them, that were working on economic data and debt data for the Greek government that's actually being charged today based upon their economic findings. Basically, when they were telling the world that based upon their economic modeling that Greece was going to default, Greece said, you're trying to undermine our government, our country, and so we're going to charge you. Can you imagine if that happens here in the United States? The outcome of what goes on in Greece could have worldwide implications, and it's absolutely chilling. Basically, these guys told the truth. They were right. The Greek government didn't like it, so they're charging them for that. If that doesn't sound like tyranny and a dictatorship, oh my gosh. So anyway, by the way, a couple other things. Coke, Audi on the physical cheat sheet. You can see about interactive Super Bowl ads, maybe the coolest since the Bud Bowl. And also today, you're going to hear about the final chapter of the Blockbuster story. All the remaining stores are likely to be shut down. Cheat sheet for today. Enjoy yours. See you tomorrow.